Well, hello everyone, and welcome into the top of the Lion's Den here at Welch Stadium. It is time for Emporia FC soccer right here. Emporia FC pitch. We appreciate you tuning in here to the official Emporia FC Black Lions YouTube channel. This evening, the opponent for Emporia FC, Allen County CC. Again, welcome in everybody. With you, I am the voice of Emporia FC, Tegan Terhune, and well, quite a matchup we have here between these two. Now, last time out, Emporia FC was facing an opponent that had defeated them in the previous meeting. Well, tonight, a little role reversal here, as in the last meeting between Allen and Emporia, it was Emporia that came out on top 3-2 in the victory. Now, what's worth noting is we still have two returners that are coming back here from that game. That includes Luan Nascimento, the goalkeeper for Emporia FC, had a great outing on Monday night against Riley as he got the shutout in that matchup. But also coming out is Hector Hernandez, who played midfield during that game. Now, here's the interesting thing. He switched to defense. So is that going to change things up? Is it going to cause any confusion or any problems? Is it going to mess with any kind of knowledge that he can share with his teammates against this opponent? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But do want to remind you all that Emporia FC coming off a big victory over Riley, as we just mentioned, 3-0 in that matchup. Good confidence booster. And we really saw Emporia FC flowing very well with their tiki-taka style as they got that victory on Monday night here in the preseason. Again, we'll have to see if the momentum can carry over here tonight with the opponent being Allen CC. I do want to also say Allen County, they're a team, they really rely heavily on speed, especially when it comes to their forwards. So we'll see if that's able to disrupt the tiki-taka style, as I mentioned, of Emporia FC. We're about 3.5 minutes away from kickoff here at Welch Stadium in the Lions Den. And with that, we're going to go ahead and step aside for a moment, try and get a few more things done behind the scenes before we bring you live coverage of Emporia FC. You're watching live coverage and pregame coverage right here on the Emporia FC YouTube channel. Welcome back into Emporia FC football coverage here from Welch Stadium. We welcome you back. That's not bad. As loud as it can go. Welcome back into the Lions Den. Not bad. We got to do it that way. It's not the end of the world. Yeah. Basically, hide it by doing halftime and stuff like that. Awesome. hit it. And we welcome you back high atop of the Lions Den here at Welch Stadium on the beautiful campus of Emporia State University as your Emporia FC Black Lions are getting set to take on Allen County CC. Again, in the last meeting between these two last March, it was a 3-2 victory for the Black Lions over Allen. Now, again, only 2 returners this year from last year's team. They include Luan Nascimento, the goalkeeper for Emporia FC, as well as Hector Hernandez. Now, he was a midfielder at that time, has switched to defense. See if that changes anything up here, can keep the winning ways against Allen going here. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of expertise he can bring to the defense there. As was mentioned just before we got on the air, I was talking with a few individuals from that who had recollections of that matchup from a year ago, and they were telling me that it really seemed as though Allen was doing a great job of penetrating through the defense just because of the speed that they're known for. So we'll see what the midfielder turned defenseman can do here for Emporia FC. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right in to the starting lineups for the Black Lions of Emporia FC. We would love to give you the starting lineups for our friends from Allen. Unfortunately, we didn't have any numbers associated with the starting lineup there, so we're going to kind of be figuring that one out as we go along. But hey, you got to love preseason soccer, am I right? Well, we're going to go ahead and go right down the list here, starting off here for Emporia FC. In goal, it will be Luan Nascimento, the 19-year-old 6-foot goalkeeper out of Manaus, Brazil. Following up right there, it'll be Otavio Cruz at defense, the 23-year-old Brazilian joining him there. Alongside on the defense, the big German George Heindel, the 6'2", 185-pound center back out of Germany, to be exact right there. Also out there for the starting 11 will be midfielder Caio Lobo. Lobo, a 21-year-old 5'10", 177-pound midfielder for Emporia FC. At forward, it'll be the British import, Matt Dale. And Dale listed at 6'3", a very, very prominent striker right there. He's got the length, he's got the speed. See if he can use it here tonight. Also at forward, we'll have Henry Munoz, number 9, coming out for Emporia FC. Munoz, the 19-year-old 6-foot striker out of Ecuador. At midfield, we'll have Pedro Freire, the winger out of Brazil. Joining him as well will be Luis Borin. Borin, the player to watch here tonight, as Borin had 2 goals in the victory over Riley this past Monday night, as both teams having their final words with each other. And rounding out the starting 11 for Emporia FC, it'll be Hector Hernandez, again the returner as well, switching from midfielder to defense. Looking to see what kind of impact he can make there. Again, the defense came up very big for Emporia FC in their win over Riley on Monday night, as they were able to shut them out, and 2 big saves for each defender back for Emporia FC, and Otavio Cruz and George Heindel. So it'll be very interesting, again, to see what they can do here tonight. Again, this is just preseason, wrapping up the preseason for Emporia FC at home here this evening. We appreciate you tuning in to our live coverage of Emporia FC Soccer live from Emporia State University's pitch, Jones Field. Used to a different kind of football around the calendar year, but hey, no such thing as bad football, no matter how you pronounce it. As we get set to kick off here from midfield, we do want to say thank you to our many sponsors who help us bring you Emporia FC Soccer, including Emporia Fitness. No sign-up fees, no contracts, just fitness. Visit them today at 2812 West 12th Avenue in Emporia, or call 620-342-2348. And with that, we are underway. Emporia FC with possession to start this match. And much like we saw on Monday night, really just kind of trying to draw Allen towards them right now. A lot of passing in the backfield. Ball moved over to the right side of the field. Now coming back again. And it's Otavio Cruz, big number 3 there for Emporia FC. Again, the tiki-taka style of Emporia FC really meant to try and create opportunities. Now they're starting to kind of advance out of the backfield, moving up towards the front here, kicking it off to the boundary line. Allen starting to pressure a little bit more, but not much going there as they keep working it in the backfield. Again, I guess Emporia FC not seeing what they liked right there. Going to just try and reset. Lot of back and forth passing here between Cruz and George Heindel. Ball now in the possession of Alex Mosman. And FC again, just trying to push up here through the midfield. Correction, that was Hector Hernandez, number 15. They did a number swap on us right before kickoff. We were very proud of ourselves. We had our numbers all ready to go, and then I guess a few guys decided to call an audible right beforehand. They're trying to keep us on our toes up here in the box. Once again, just moving it back and forth in that backfield. Emporia FC really trying to find an opening in the center. Finally, letting one go down loose right into the Allen zone, but it's going to go out of bounds. Just couldn't reel it in time. So a goal kick here is coming for Allen County. Emporia FC really did a great job of generating opportunities to attack against Riley. And again, it came from that very patient style, just moving it around the backfield, waiting for opportunities to open up as now Riley on the attack, Allen on the attack. Coming out to challenge is Nascimento, a great challenge there. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll lead to a corner kick here for Allen County, but give Nascimento a lot of credit. He likes to kind of wander out there, and that can be dangerous, but he knows his timing. He really reads the play very well as Allen back on the attack again, clearing it out of the zone is Emporia FC. Goalkeeper back to track it down there, and he will as he'll let his guys get back into position. Emporia FC so far hasn't really pressured as much as we saw on Monday night against Riley. See if that changes here as they do have it deep in the Allen zone, but not for very long. Allen starting to clear it out now. Gets it to midfield. Emporia doing a good job of jumping on it, just not really able to generate much with it as it goes off the forehead of a Black Lion and out of bounds. Throw in here for Allen goes right over the head of the Emporia defense. Now a one-on-one opportunity stymied there by Nascimento, and the ball flipped to the opposite side. Trying to track it down there are the Black Lions, but it'll go back to the goalkeeper here for Allen. Right on the boundary line. Nice challenge made there by Emporia, and I think Allen was wanting a foul of some kind. They're not going to get it. That was Henry Munoz right there. Nice dribbling skills right on the boundary. It goes out of bounds off the feet of Munoz. And it'll be a throw-in for Allen in front of their own bench. 4 minutes now gone here in the first half. Still 0-0 in the early going. Emporia FC hasn't really been able to generate the opportunities that they were able to early on Monday night. And I think you have to credit that to the speed of Allen a little bit as they're really going toe-to-toe here with the Black Lions. Here comes the throw-in. Nice header there, and it's cleared back towards midfield. Fighting for possession for Emporia FC was Matt Dale. Again, Dale, the Englishman for FC. Now just kind of playing a little game of pass around here between the two teams as it goes out of bounds off the forehead of Octavio Cruz. Again, Cruz, the 23-year-old Brazilian, did a great job on defense Monday night. Certainly looking to stay that way here. As again, the ball will go out of bounds. Out there for Emporia FC is Jeremy Cabanis. Cabanis is the 19-year-old Frenchman at midfield. He had a pretty good game on Monday night as he wasn't afraid to generate a little bit of contact. He got banged to the floor a few times, but it only seemed like it motivated him as Allen back on the attack now, trying to squeak it through the defenders isn't going to happen. It's going to go off of a Black Lion shin, and it'll go here to Allen, who will go ahead and just toss it in. Good field positioning here for Allen. Maybe look to generate something, as again, you can see the striker's really moving around well there in the Emporia zone, getting set for that throw-in. Ball now bouncing around in the backfield a little bit, trying to get it up across midfield cleanly is Emporia FC. That's Luis Borin. Again, had 2 goals in Monday night's outing against Riley, but not able to get it through cleanly. Only time we've really seen Emporia get it through the midfield is when they just fire it clear over into the opposite side. But again, that creates some problems too, especially when it comes to maintaining possession. Ball goes back to Cruz now, being dribbled up towards midfield. Passed over to Hernandez. Back to Cruz. Gets it to midfield, and it's headed out of bounds by Allen. Again, want to get you the names for the Allen players. Unfortunately, no numbers associated with them, so doing the best we can up here in the box. And once again, FC doing a good job of moving that ball around pretty cleanly in the backfield. It's just once they start to get up into that midfield area, they're having a lot of trouble getting it through the Allen wall as George Heindel works it to the left side of the field. It finally gets to midfield. Challenge by Allen is won by Allen County. And then trying to lead the pass up front, but just a little too long. Couldn't get his teammate to reel it in there as it'll go out, and that'll lead to a goal kick for Emporia. 7 minutes and 20 seconds gone here in this first half. Still 0-0. Emporia FC looking to continue their winning ways after their victory over Riley on Monday night. Can't talk about that enough. A big, big win there, 3-0. As a little bit of a challenge there at midfield. Getting knocked to the ground for FC was Matt Dale. Dale pops right back up. No problem there as Allen County regains possession. Good opening right there at midfield, but closing the gap is Allen again. And that's the thing is Emporia's had some opportunities to try and pick it through the midfield, but Allen just closes those gaps up so quickly. Cruz now with it. Gives over to Nascimento. Nascimento leaves it for Heindel on the left side. Heindel now coming up a little further than he's come so far tonight. Gets challenged. He'll work it over to the right side to Cruz. Cruz now fires one through the midfield. It's almost picked away, and it will be recovered by Emporia FC. Being worked into the Allen County zone, but it's going to be picked up pretty easily by the goalkeeper there. .837 left to go. Or sorry, I should say 8:37 gone in the first half so far. As we will have a free kick awarded to FC. See if they can bang one in right here. And no, that wind down there, it's one thing we didn't really talk much about here in the pregame, but it is extremely windy out there on the pitch, and you got to think for those long-range shots, that's going to cause a lot of headaches. That was Luis Borin taking the free kick for Emporia FC, and unfortunately, like I said, they just a little bit too strong. Ball poked out of bounds by the Black Lions. Throw-in goes to Allen, and now getting a little bit of a scramble there with Heindel and the attacker for Allen. Heindel wins it, gets it back to Nascimento, and Nascimento is going to go ahead and get his guys in motion. See what he's thinking right here. I think he's telling him to go back. He might be trying to let it go, but Allen's going to say, you're not going to have time. Nascimento goes back to the left side to Heindel. Heindel, nice dribble around the Allen attacker, and we get a tangle up at midfield. We'll get a whistle, and that should be a free kick for FC. Going down on the challenge was Borin. As Emporia will have it right near midfield. Nice lob down towards the goal, but it's just, again, too far ahead. And you got to think the wind may be carrying that one just a little bit further ahead than he wanted. Goal kick coming here for Allen. Again, still a 0-0 tie right now. 10.5 minutes gone in the first half. Nice long kick. That one against the wind. Had some pretty good distance, but gets carried out of bounds. Throw in for Emporia FC. See what they decide to do here. They're just going to go right up in front. Barine has it. Gets banged into by an Allen defender, and they're going to say it went off the foot of Barine, so it'll stay. Or I should say go back to Allen, and Allen now kind of moving a little further back here. It looks like they're trying to draw Emporia further down the field, looking for some openings here. We saw that work very well against Emporia, or for Emporia FC on Monday night, but again, they just haven't really been able to bring Allen to them thus far in this matchup. Another challenge there by Allen County leads to a throw-in for Emporia FC. It goes to Mario Sandoval. Sandoval, the Emporia native, 25 years old. Quite a few Emporia natives on the roster here this year for the Black Lions. Gotta love to see it. Knocking it down the field were the Black Lions, but again, I think that wind just causing that ball to be a little hard to control. Going right off the foot and out of bounds, and then that one just boots it right into the cheap seats. Allen with a throw in at the 40-yard line here at Jones Field, the new home of Emporia FC. That's right, we are in the Lions Den. Last year, Emporia High School, great host for Emporia FC. And now this year, getting to move things up here to the college stage. Got to say a big thank you to Emporia State University, one of our generous supporters for Emporia FC. Emporia State University, changing lives for the common good. Visit emporia.edu to learn more. Comes the throw in right towards the goal. Nascimento backing up. Good defense there by Emporia FC, and almost an opportunity to bang it in there, but a good challenge, good defense provided by Hector Hernandez. And Hernandez, again, we mentioned he was a midfielder the last time these two teams matched up. He knows how they like to play, and he's showing it right there with his defensive skills. Allen with the corner. It gets defended well by Emporia FC, and now trying to clear it out of their own zone are the Black Lions, but Allen back deep to regain possession, and not really much of a challenge here from the Black Lions. Only one player back deep in the field, but a turnover here goes to Emporia FC. Nice dribble by Mario Sandoval. Sandoval goes right side to the capable feet of Henry Munoz, and it will get banged out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by Munoz, so Allen will have the throw in. Approaching 14 minutes left to go here in the first half. Still 0-0 between Emporia FC and Allen County. Couple of headers. It bangs around. Now trying to push people out of the way. Last touch by Allen County. Throw in coming for the Black Lions. Doing the honors there will be Henry Munoz. Goes clear to the opposite side of the field. Out of bounds. Not much doing there. Allen gets it right back, and thus far, Allen County has done a really good job of limiting the attacking opportunities for Emporia FC, so we'll see if Emporia tries to get a little bit more aggressive up front, though I have a sneaking suspicion it's exactly what Allen is wanting from them right now. Ball goes out of bounds once again. Another throw in here for Emporia FC in great field position. The ball went to Matt Dale, but he'll lose it there. Now, Allen showing off that speed, man, like a jet engine just flying down the field, but maybe a little too fast and furious. Couldn't maintain possession there. Goes out of bounds yet again. Nascimento will have the goal kick. Got some really great ball boys out there for Emporia FC, keeping track of the equipment. Again, I mentioned the wind pretty strong, as I'm sure you can probably see through the picture there. We've shown the flags a few times, blowing furiously in the winds. Big ups to our camera operator, Javen Arndt, here tonight, up in the booth with us, doing an excellent job. As it looked like Nascimento was thinking of going long, but decides to just go with the short kick right to the left side over to Heindel. Heindel now, again, trying to push his way up through the midfield, and right there, Allen County just able to cut it off. Allen got through one Black Lion and another before they give it away. Now, Emporia almost had it back. The quick feet of Allen County really playing keep away very efficiently here with Emporia. Shot on towards the goal. It'll go wide. Nascimento was starting to track it down. Thankfully, didn't have to do much there. If you're just tuning in, we want to welcome you into our live streaming coverage of Emporia FC on the Emporia FC YouTube channel. With you here tonight, the voice of Emporia FC. I am Tegan Trahoon. We really appreciate you tuning in and joining us here this evening. Again, still 0-0 in the opening half of this matchup. 17 minutes now gone of the scheduled 45. Nice long pass, but just can't reel it in. Can Dale. Another turnover here to Allen County. Ball goes out of bounds once again. Allen County, another throw in. And we got a player down right near the boundary line. Seems to be gesturing to his shin. Player's going over to check on him. I mean, it looked like a lot of feet were flying pretty furiously in that scrum. Wouldn't be surprised if he maybe just caught a foot to the shin. He appears to be okay, just walking it off. And we'll get back to action here. I think the official wanted to have a conversation with one of the Black Lions. Looks like he was trying to see exactly who that was that he was talking to. Nonetheless, Allen County back on the attack. A great stop by Nascimento. Had a few defenders in front of him, was able to still see that shot coming. He'll throw it nearly halfway down the field to Henry Munoz. Munoz has it banged off his shin out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. Now the first real opportunity for an attack here for Emporia. Comes off the feet of Dale, and we'll get a stoppage in play. And Allen County awarded the free kick. Now Allen County. A little bit of a tiki-taka approach here, just kind of passing it around, looking to draw Emporia in closer, and a lot of contact there between Hector Hernandez and the Allen County player. No foul will be called by the official. That's good news. So Hector kind of bodied him to the floor right there. Allen County back in control of the ball, trying to get through midfield now. Emporia FC doing a good job of closing up the gaps there themselves, as it looks like we're about to get a substitution here for the Black Lions. Gio Garcia-Lazo of Emporia over there stretching right in front of the scorer's table. Allen was trying to get it deep into the Emporia zone, but again, they leave it just a little too long. Another goal kick coming here for Emporia FC in the form of Luan Nascimento. Nascimento leaves it short, goes to Cruz. Cruz goes back to Nascimento. Now Nascimento having to clear it up towards midfield. Right now, Allen just collapsing in very tight on Emporia. Nice spin move there. Takes it away from the Black Lions. And then another shot on goal and another stop by Nascimento. Luan doing a great job of staying in position. That was honestly a shot that probably shouldn't have been taken. He took it from a kneel position. Nascimento just able to read it perfectly. Another nice move there this time by Paulo Filno, who is into the matchup for Emporia FC. Throw in coming here. Black Lions have it in the Allen zone, but that may not last for long as Allen regains possession and get it up across midfield. A long, strong pass. Maintains possession. Allen on the attack still. Nice stop there by Heindel. Emporia back in control. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Referee going to let them play on, but Emporia now on the attack, and we get a trip up right near, just past the 40-yard line of Jones Field. Emporia wanting a call. That was a lot of contact. And Emporia FC will be given the free kick. And it looks like Paulo Filno, the Brazilian, plays for Berkeley College, will be taking the free kick. Again, kicking into the wind. So not only having to try and get the right angle, but he's having to fire it in there against Mother Nature herself. And, wow, good opportunity here. A nice shot on goal, but a stop by Allen with the shot there for Emporia FC. I believe that was, I'm not sure who that was. I thought that was number 23, but I don't have a 23 on my roster. Nonetheless, that was the first shot on goal for the Black Lions here tonight. Doing a great job of regaining possession. That was the first time they were really able to cleanly break through the line of Allen and get a decent shot on goal. And now we move it back into the Emporia zone. Again, just kind of the back and forth passing. Otavio Cruz handling it for Emporia, trying to work it up against midfield. The header from Allen will knock it out of bounds, and we will get substitutions here for Emporia FC. Coming in for the Black Lions are Gio Garcia-Lazo, number 30. They'll be joined by Joao Aguiar. And also coming in will be Alex Mosiman, the defender, number 42. As ball gets shot back up towards midfield. Now angling dangerously close to the boundary line. A little tangle up in the feet there. They crash to the floor, and we go right back. No foul will be awarded. I think the official's saying you both got tangled up. Nobody gets the advantage here. And now another trip up. Allen County not happy with that call, but Emporia loves it. Another opportunity for a free kick here from pretty dangerous territory, about 25 yards out. Luis Barin, the 19-year-old Brazilian, getting set to take the free kick. Again, can't say it enough. Barin, 1 goal shy of a hat trick on Monday night. We talked to him after the matchup, and he said, man, that just makes him want to come out and get one here tonight. So approaching the 25-minute mark, no scoring yet, but it only takes a half second to really get that ball in the back of the net. See what Barin can do. The only big challenge here and the big difference between tonight and Monday night, again, being that wind. It has been a gusty one here in Emporia today. See if that's maybe been disrupting some of the rhythm here for the Black Lions. Barin puts it on goal, and it's in! Luis Barin breaks the scoreless tie for Emporia FC. It's 1-0 Black Lions. He said, Mother Nature wants to bring the wind. I'm going to bring a wind to my team. And he just fires it right in there, curled it perfectly. Luis Barin said he was going to be a player to watch. Well, he's certainly showing you why. Great score from 25 yards out. The 19-year-old Brazilian making it 1-0 Emporia FC, and we are right back to the action. Allen trying to find the equalizer. Ain't going to get it there. Nice stop there by Emporia FC. Recovered by Gio Garcia-Lazo. Ball will get put back towards Nascimento. Already 2 saves on the night. Big saves, too. It could easily be a 2-1 game right now in favor of Allen had Nascimento not come up huge early on in this first half. Allen now with it back in their own zone. Goalkeeper coming out pretty far. Got to wonder if he might start to drift back a little bit further as, well, we got a little bit of a shove down there on Emporia FC. Doing the honor there was Darwin Velez, but Velez won't get whistled for a foul, and I think he's probably breathing a sigh of relief there as the ball again goes out of bounds, and we'll get another goal kick here from Luan Nascimento. Want to say another quick thank you to some of our many sponsors who allow us to bring you Emporia FC Soccer. They include Tacos Ibarra, the perfect place to fuel up before game time or to meet up with the crew after the final whistle. Stop by Tacos Ibarra at 1520 West 6th Avenue across from the bowling alley. Nascimento, looks like he's taking his time right there. He finally works it over to the right side to Cruz, and he'll fire it towards midfield. It's recovered by Allen. Allen now kicking it back into their own zone, working from right to left. And again, Allen has very much mirrored Emporia FC thus far in this game with this back and forth style, trying to open up opportunities mainly there in the midfield. And they've had some good opportunities. They've broken through many times, but they've either been stymied by the defenders or Nascimento. Allen now back on the attack. This time had a good lane towards the goal, but ball just drifts a little too far to the left and out of bounds. It's a throw-in for Emporia FC. Joao Aguiar will toss it in for the Black Lions. And a little bit of back and forth there between Allen and Emporia. Goes out of bounds. Nice stop there by the head coach, Victor Ibarra. Well, give him some cleats. Let him go out there. I think Coach Victor, he still got it. Ball goes flying out of bounds once again. And well, a lot of difficulty for both teams keeping the ball in bounds here thus far this evening with 28.5 minutes gone in the first half. Again, it's 1-0 Emporia FC off the big goal by Luis Barin. That is his 3rd goal in the last 2 matches for Emporia FC. Again, he had 2 goals in the 3-0 victory over Riley on Monday night. Emporia FC now starting to really push the issue, trying to get up through midfield. Nothing happening there. They got to kick it back now. Nascimento goes right side to Otavio Cruz. Cruz, the 6'4" Brazilian. As finally, Emporia getting it through midfield, but a lot of feet in the way and just not really a clean avenue for them to get through towards the goal. Luis Barin, I think, was trying to work it up for Henry Munoz, and Munoz, unfortunately, just couldn't get free and get a clean break on the ball. Allen will regain possession. Nearing the 30-minute mark here of the first half. Nice cutoff there by Munoz, but nobody back for him to really pass it to. Trying to get onside was Luis Barin, but wasn't able to get there in time. Allen recovers. Nice stop at midfield here by Emporia FC. Ooh, we get a collision right near midfield, and the Emporia player definitely in a lot of pain right there. We'll see if the official will award a free kick, as he's actually calling the trainer out there. Trying to see who that is. That looks to be Darwin Velez. Velez played some pretty important minutes for Emporia FC on Monday night. Was out there nearly the entire game. So he looked like he just got a little bit of a stinger. He looks to be okay. Velez, the 25-year-old for Emporia FC, coming to us from Nicaragua. Say that 5 times fast. Listed at 5'11". I would say he's maybe closer to 6 foot as Emporia FC regains possession now, looking to attack. And once again, just kind of smothering the offensive opportunities here is Allen. Emporia being a little more aggressive here in the later half of this first half, as we are well over the 31-minute mark of half number 1. They lead it 1-0 over Allen. Ball worked to the right side of the field to Gio Garcia-Lazo. Now at midfield, fighting for it there, was Darwin Velez. Loses possession. Allen back on the attack again. Allen fires it down towards the Emporia goal. I thought it went off of a Black Lion foot, but they're going to say no. It was just a straight shot there out of bounds by Allen County. So it'll stay here with Emporia. Getting a substitution here for Emporia FC. Coming into the lineup will be Jeffrey Linares. Linares, the Emporia native, played for Rangers CC previously. As once again, ball goes up, off ahead, out of bounds. Again, we do appreciate you tuning in to our preseason coverage of Emporia FC. Of course, Emporia FC being made possible by great sponsors like Marlon Flanagan, DDS, improving the smile on your face with a smile on theirs. Call today, 620-209-1017. Actually saw Dr. Flanagan down in the seats a little bit earlier here tonight, so we always love to see our sponsors coming out here to watch the games in person as Emporia back on the attack in the Allen zone, but it won't last for very long. Allen again forcing the turnover, gets it back. And the Black Lions, again, they've had some great looks and opportunities, but they just haven't really been able to do much with it. A shot there towards the goal. Nice stop by the defenders. And it seems like a little bit of a heated conversation going on down there between Joel Aguiar and Otavio Cruz. Cruz, I think, was wanting Aguiar to be a little bit more, well, just wanting him to be in a different position altogether, I think, and just trying to get his teammate set there. Corner kick comes in. FC trying to clear, and Allen County will just boot it into the next county. So here comes the goal kick from Emporia FC. And so far tonight, Nascimento hasn't really wanted to unleash the leg. He's really just been favoring those short passes, as we've come to expect here with the style that Emporia FC likes to play. But this time, much quicker challenge by Allen in the backfield leads to a line shot. Large shot, I should say, right towards midfield. A little bit of a trip up there for Emporia. And Nascimento makes another great stop there on the chip shot from the right side of the goal. This time he'll just yeet it right towards midfield. With possession for Emporia now is Mario Sandoval. Gives it over to Garcia-Lazo. Now a lob pass down the right side. The Allen goalkeeper was going to let it go, but then he saw flying out of nowhere was Joao Aguiar, and Aguiar was looking to fire one into the side of the net. Goalkeeper comes out to stop that as we have a substitution here for Allen County. As they will have the goal kick. 35 minutes now gone in the first half. 10 minutes left to go here in the first. Emporia leading things 1-0 thanks to the goal earlier by Luis Marin. Just a little over 25 minutes into the match. Substitution here for Emporia. As coming back out, it will be the Frenchman, Jeremy Cabanis. Again, Cabanis was not afraid to get physical against Riley FC on Monday night. See if maybe Coach Ibarra is just trying to give a little bit of a fire starter out there for his team. Again, they've had some good opportunities. Aside from the goal there by Barine earlier on, they haven't really been able to generate much offense in the Allen zone. Sandoval works it right near the right boundary, trying to find, I believe that was Velez, and Velez just wasn't able to maintain possession. But now Emporia back on the attack, and we are going to get a stoppage here. They're going to call the foul on Emporia FC. Got a little too close for comfort. Here comes the kick from Allen. It's straight down into the Emporia zone and now cleared out by Otavio Cruz. It'll go off the head of an Allen midfielder and back to Emporia with the throw-in. Mario Sandoval doing a good job of showing off his fancy footwork. Bangs one off the shoulder of an Allen defender, and another throw-in here for Emporia. Cruz kicks it down to the left side, but we're going to get a hand violation against Emporia. And now a throw-in here off the turnover there by Allen. Back into the Allen zone now. Here comes Emporia. There is Cabanis. Cabanis, nice feed to Linares. Linares goes to the right side to Hernandez. Hernandez lobs it in the box, but it's headed out by Allen. Trying to challenge and regain possession was Kyle Lobo for Emporia. And Emporia doing a good job right there on that possession of keeping it in the Allen zone, but unfortunately they just weren't able to manage a shot on goal once again. Allen's just doing a very good job of staying in front of Emporia, as the Black Lions managed to turn it back over, or I should say regain possession. Linares was trying to field the pass, but it gets knocked out of bounds by Allen. Emporia FC back with possession now. It's back to Linares, who's deep out of his box. I like the guts of Nascimento, I should say. I like the guts of Nascimento. He's not afraid, as I said, to drift out there, but he got caught in a bad position a few times on Monday night where his defenders had to come up very big to stop Riley from getting on the board. So far, 3 saves in this matchup here for Nascimento, as we get a free kick awarded to Allen. Seems to be a little bit of debate between the official and the players. And are they going to... Oh, I think they're going to award a penalty here. Neither side seems to be very happy with what's going on here. But yes, it will be a penalty kick for Allen. So Nascimento going to have to make himself big and come up big again. Again, he's already got 3 saves on the night. See if he can read this one. Here's the shot, and he just couldn't get in front of it. As Nascimento did a great job of reading the shot, but unfortunately just couldn't make himself long enough and get his fingertips on it. And with that, it is 1-1 here in Emporia as Allen gets the equalizer in the 39th minute. We are now approaching the 5-minute-to-go mark, the 5-minute warning here in regulation of the first half. See if we have any added time here tonight. If you recall, we had about 2 minutes added in the first half on Monday, added an extra 6 minutes in the second half. As now Emporia starting to pick up speed here a little bit. Cabanis was trying to cut it off, and we get a big collision down low. Involved in that little Donnybrook there was Hector Hernandez of Emporia FC. A little bit of a malfunction at the junction, you might say. Allen still in the Emporia zone. Cabanis trying to clear it out. Gets put back towards the goal by Allen and cleared out again by Emporia FC. Linares gets it with the chest. He gets pushed off the ball, now trying to recover it. Emporia again back on the attack. Cabanis, some fancy footwork by the Frenchman. Gets it up across midfield now. But right there, Allen just doing a great job of collapsing on the Black Lions. Linares, though, gets the pass, and he gets tripped up in the box. I think we got a penalty kick coming here. Linares may have a chance to put Emporia back in front. He had his feet taken out right from under him as he was looking to fire one on goal. Well, Allen County is not happy with that call by the official, but it's the way it goes. Again, Jeffrey Linares of Emporia has a chance to knock in the lead goal here. Can take the lead back for Emporia. The approach, the shot, it's in! Linares makes good! And Emporia jumps right back out in front, 2-1 off the penalty kick by Jeffrey Linares. Emporia's own, I should say. In the 42nd minute of the first half, Emporia's own Jeffrey Linares puts his home team back in front. And that was just what Emporia needed, as they, again, have been struggling to break through the Allen defense. But right there, they just generated opportunities, as now Allen is wanting a foul against Emporia. I think that what they're saying is Mario Sandoval got a little too handsy with an Allen player, grabbed him by the arm, kind of pulled him away from the ball, and that's exactly what the official's going to say as he gives the kick here to Allen. Now, the goalkeeper, he was out pretty far, and it looked like Sandoval was not happy with the call. He was charging full steam ahead. Allen had to get rid of it in a hurry. The throw-in from Allen County. They try and break through the midfield. Can't get the pass there, and it's cleared back into the Allen zone by Otavio Cruz. Goal kick coming here for Allen County as we approach the 44th minute of the first half. And right there, Emporia FC back in the face of Allen. They have really turned up the aggression and the intensity here, have the Black Lions in this first half in the late stages. It's a nice header there by Velez, but ultimately it'll get sent back out of bounds by Allen County. The throw-in goes to Emporia FC, and well, Hector Hernandez threw it back towards his own net there. I think he was expecting Cruz to get it and, again, go back to that tiki-taka style, just kind of passing it back and forth. But Allen County immediately came out to challenge. Goalkeeper sends it nearly the length of the field for Allen. And now Emporia back in possession. Again, they lead it 2-1 over Allen County, thanks to the penalty kick just a few moments ago by Jeffrey Linares of Emporia. As we hit the 45-minute mark, see if any time will be added here. Waiting for the official word. As Emporia FC playing on. A little bit of a collision just past midfield. leads to a turnover in favor of Emporia FC. Cabanis for Emporia did a great job with the ball handling, but unfortunately just loses possession. He gets it back now as Allen had an opportunity to take a shot there on the goal. Back at midfield are the Black Lions. Clock ticking up towards the 46th minute. Been told they have added 3 minutes of additional time here before we head to the half, so we'll play to at least 48. Right now, Emporia FC just moving that ball around at midfield. Another turnover here to Allen, trying to dribble through. Man, what a collision right there, and ooh. Yeah, that's not going to feel good in the morning. It looked like the guilty party there for Emporia FC was Darwin Velez. Velez, I think, was just trying to push his way towards the ball and unfortunately kind of rocketed himself into the Allen attacker. The only upside to that is it didn't happen in the box, so he's not going to get a penalty kick, which is what got Allen on the board not too long ago in this first half. The only other issue, though, is we've already seen from Luis Barine that about a 25-yarder is not a hard distance to score from, as Barine managed to put the first goal in from 25 yards out earlier on. The run up in the shot. Another big stop by Luan Nascimento. That's his 4th of the game. Another shot on goal, and it goes right over the top. Nascimento staying right in front of it. Man, Luan Nascimento, minus the penalty kick that he gave up, has done an amazing job in goal here tonight. Again, already 4 saves on the night as the referee will blow the whistle, and that will do it for the first half of action here from the Lions Den in Emporia. It's 2-1, Emporia FC leading Allen County. We're going to step aside. We'll come back, have some halftime analysis, look at the scores here, and get set for second half action. Again, at the half, it's 2-1, Emporia FC. We'll be back here in just a little bit. You're watching live coverage of Emporia FC soccer on the official Emporia FC YouTube channel. We can do Pluto. Let her know right now. I want to talk to Louise and maybe Luan, just because he's had a pretty good game in net. All right, here we go. Count me in. And we welcome you back high atop the Lions' Den. Tegan Terhune here on the Emporia FC YouTube channel. We are at halftime of the matchup between the Black Lions of Emporia FC and the Red Devils of Allen County. The score 2-1 in favor of the Black Lions. Those goals coming in the 24th minute from Luis Barine on a free kick. Came from 25 yards out. Barine showing just how versatile he really can be and how big of a weapon he is for Emporia FC. That was the first real opportunity they'd had. They've been able to get into the Allen zone on a few occasions, but that was really the best look that Emporia FC had so far in the early goings of that first half. And then Jeffrey Linares of Emporia FC, the Emporia native, knocking in a PK in the 41st minute. That actually came just a few moments after Sebastian Fakide of the Red Devils knocked in a penalty kick of his own against Luan Nascimento of Emporia FC. Now, it is worth mentioning Nascimento has had a pretty solid night in net aside from giving up that PK to the Red Devils in the 38th minute, as he was actually already on track, had 3 saves in the matchup. Currently with 4 saves here tonight, including a late one there in the first half. So definitely looking for big numbers, big production out of Nascimento here in the second half. But really the big story has been that Emporia FC has stuck to their tiki-taka style here throughout the first half, but the speed of the Red Devils has really been the difference maker. They've been able to just get in front of the Black Lions pretty effectively and cut off any real opportunities they've had to score, but that really hasn't stopped the Black Lions very much. They're still producing pretty well and getting a lot of great opportunities. You got to wonder, though, I'd love to talk to Coach Ibarra, and we will after the matchup, but would really love to get his thoughts on how the wind has maybe affected things. We've seen a lot of passes just kind of sail off a little wide, either right or left here in the first half. Again, that wind blowing pretty effectively, just makes all the difference in this game. But nonetheless, Emporia FC is out in front, 2-1. Again, the big numbers here coming from Luis Barine in the 24th minute off the free kick from 25 yards out, followed by Jeffrey Linares with the 41st minute PK that put the Black Lions back in front after the 38th minute penalty kick by Sebastian Fakide of the Red Devils. Can Emporia FC keep up the momentum and build on this lead? Well, we are just about 90 seconds away from finding out. We have second half action coming your way shortly. You're watching Emporia FC Soccer right here on the Emporia FC YouTube channel. Oh, boy. Bring us back on the screen. And we are back from high atop the Lions' Den here at the beautiful Welch Stadium in Emporia, Kansas. Emporia FC with possession here, as, again, they lead it 2-1 over the Red Devils of Allen County. Again, a lot of credit, well, really all the credit going to Luis Barine and Jeffrey Linares of Emporia FC, as they had the goals there in the first half. Right now, again, just kind of seeing a lot of banging around of the ball to start things off. Very fast, physical pace here between these two teams. As ball worked back to Nascimento. Again, 4 saves on the night so far. Only giving up 1 goal, and that was on a PK by Allen County. A shot on goal goes way over the top, and we'll get a goal kick here from Nascimento. Again, the Brazilian import stands 6 feet tall, 19 years old, and man, he's definitely used that reach and those long, powerful legs to fire himself in front of a lot of shots here from Allen County, keeping the score pretty low. I think Allen County could easily be out in front by a pair of goals, if not more. Big save again by Nascimento. That one was going straight into the back of the net. Nascimento says, oh no, not tonight. His 5th save of the matchup. Making himself long. The only downside is it's going to lead to a corner kick for Allen. See what they have drawn up here. Nice service into the box, but it's cleared out by Emporia FC. Good job there to get in front of it. Work back towards the goal. Out comes Nascimento again, sprinting to stop the momentum of Allen. Get his guys in motion here. Nascimento definitely working his way up to the booth later tonight. Going to want to talk to him. He has had one heck of a game. Emporia FC back in control here. Kyle Lobo works it back. Now in the possession of Nascimento. Nascimento has taken his time here a little bit as he just lobs that one to midfield. And he's been pressed pretty hard by Allen County as Emporia back on the attack. Nice send into the box. It's sent over from Heindel. Black Lions dribbling with it here, trying to get free, and it's knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it went off Allen or Emporia. It looks like they're going to say it went off Emporia. Goal kick coming here for the Red Devils. Again, we appreciate you tuning in here to preseason coverage of Emporia FC on the Emporia FC YouTube channel. Here tonight with you, I am Tegan Terhune, the voice of Emporia FC Soccer. Throw-in goes to midfield. Dancing with the ball right there, I believe, was Darwin Valez. As Coach Ibarra changing the jerseys up a little bit there at halftime. I was just getting used to reading the black font on the white jerseys. Now I'm trying to adjust for the red. Red Devils are coming out. As I've been told, the numbers here for Emporia FC have been changed up a little bit. So we'll try and make sure we get that sorted out. So we're giving credit to the right guys. As ball again goes out of bounds. Another goal kick will be coming here for Allen County. Approaching the 50th minute of this contest. Emporia FC still out in front, 2-1. Emporia back on the attack now with speed, making their way inside the zone, and I believe we're going to get an offsides. Yes, we are. So that will stop the momentum there for Emporia FC momentarily. But man, the Black Lions coming out very aggressively here in this first few moments of the second half. Again, they are nursing a very slight lead, 2-1. It was tied up at 1-1 late in the first half, but it didn't last long, just about 3 minutes, before Jeffrey Linares was able to put the Lions back in front with the PK. Back towards midfield now. Spreading around the ball here is Emporia FC. Dribbling around with it, trying to get free. And again, Allen doing a good job of just kind of collapsing down on the Black Lions. Work towards the boundary now with speed. Here comes FC. Keeps it just in bounds. Fires it back towards the 20-yard line here. Nice dribble around the defender. A little bit of a hip check, and ball will go out of bounds. Believe that was Pedro Friere for Emporia FC. And a goal kick there for Allen County. It will be a short one as they're looking to go back on the attack. The Red Devils trailing it again 2-1 to Emporia FC. 51-21 left to go. Or 51-21 gone, I should say. Sorry, you got to remember, folks, I'm making my return back to the world of soccer here. Only my second match in a few years here. I keep forgetting. We count up, not down. Only going up, baby. Emporia working it around in the backfield, again, trying to open something up in the midfield. They did a great job of that on Monday, but they've had some troubles here tonight as, again, the speed of Allen has just been a bit of a killer for the momentum. Nice little challenge there by the Black Lions. Allen maintains possession, now working it across midfield. And another clear-out attempt by Emporia. Won't go anywhere, as trying to get it into the Emporia zone was Allen, and we've got an Allen player down on the field. He was chasing down the ball and started hobbling. Oh, boy. Yeah, he looks to be in quite a bit of pain, as I think we're going to get a substitution here for the Red Devils. Trying to walk it off, but, man, he looks to be hurting. And a new Red Devil is coming on. Trainer going out there to attend to the injured Allen player. Keep a close eye on that. Again, he was gesturing pretty heavily to the right leg. Wondering if just has a cramp or hopefully nothing serious. Try and see what we can find out there. Possession goes back to Emporia FC as they're going to try and clear it out of their zone. Nice lob down the way. It's headed back by Allen. And the Black Lions, again, having some trouble making the connections. We get a slide tackle there. Player goes down. No whistle there from the official. As Emporia is back on the attack from the left side. Coming in with speed. Nice pass through the legs. Unfortunately, teammate just a little too far ahead. Wasn't able to reel it in. And Allen now with an attack of their own. Ball stolen back by Emporia. As the Red Devils regain possession. Emporia now taking it back, and a lot of trading between these two teams as ball goes out of bounds once again. We'll get a throw in here from the Black Lions. As continue to watch the action here. Get a free kick awarded to Emporia off the trip by Allen County. As again, Emporia leads it 2-1 over Allen County. Again, both goals for Emporia coming in the first half. The first one coming in the 24th minute by Luis Barine, and then banging one in on the PK was Jeffrey Linares of Emporia in the 42nd minute. That got the lead back for Emporia after Allen tied it up at 1-1 off a penalty kick of their own in the 38th minute of the first half. And as we continue to watch the action here from high atop Welch Stadium, want to say a very special welcome. We have a very special guest here in the booth with us now. I've said his name a few times here on our broadcast. One of our many wonderful sponsors. We're happy to welcome in Marlon Flanagan, everyone's favorite dentist here in the Emporia community. I have to say that. He's my dentist. You know, he's taken care of my teeth for many, many years and now helping take care of our good players here for Emporia FC as a sponsor of the program here. First and foremost, Dr. Flanagan, thank you for coming on up here. We appreciate you making the time tonight.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it, and you're doing a great call here.
Well, I'm trying the best I can. I mentioned to everybody, it's been a little while since I've been on the headset for soccer, but man, I forgot how much fun it is. It's just I get 90 minutes to just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and you know me, I'm never at a loss for words.
No, that is true. Yeah, and this is they're a great team. They got really good action going on here, so I encourage anybody out there to come and watch and see how they're doing. It's good time.
Well, that leads me to a question for you specifically. I wanted to bring you up here and just talk about what made you and your wife decide that you wanted to be sponsors here for Emporia FC. I mean, is it just the team? Is it the management? You know, what was it as Nascimento sends one from one end to the other of the field? What was it that really made you decide, I want to be involved in some way, and you decided to come in financially?
So, yeah, I mean, we've been involved with our kids in soccer for a long time since they'd been in high school, and especially our daughter. And then Victor Ibarra, he's their head coach. We know him, Luis, and several of those that are involved with this group. So they contacted us, got us kind of interested, and we just felt like it was a good organization, a good project, and a good thing to do. So that's where we came in.
Well, you mentioned tonight it's been a pretty good matchup so far, but what are you seeing out there with all your years of expertise in the world of soccer? What are you seeing out there that you think is making the difference for Emporia?
Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily call myself any sort of an expert, but
I had to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I you know, it's just it's good passing, good communication. They're talking a lot. They're holding their positions. They've just got a lot of activity happening here.
Penalty kick on the way for Emporia FC. Bangs it in. And FC now out in front, 3-1. Emporia FC with another PK. That is the third goal off a penalty kick for Emporia FC in the last two games. That's how you capitalize on a mistake by your enemy right there. Emporia FC now widening their lead. It's 3-1. Believe we give the credit there to Caio Lobo. Number 8 there for Emporia FC. Please let me know if the numbers had changed at all, but nonetheless, that was a big momentum shifter there for Emporia FC. And, well, Dr. Flanagan, you were giving them a lot of praise right as they were setting up for that PK. I mean, right there, you know, taking advantage of opportunities, that's something that Emporia FC has done very well throughout their existence.
Yes, that is true. And, again, back to kind of the question of just supporting. Victor has really got a passion for the game. He's really excited about being able to bring some guys in, get this going. His original soccer experiences started in a similar pattern, so he's keeping that alive with what he's been doing here lately. So it's just good to see that happening for him.
Caio Lobo, I've just been told, was the goal scorer there on the PK. As Lobo adding his name to the score sheet. And again, you know, I'd mentioned that that's the third penalty kick that's resulted in points for Emporia FC in the last two outings here. Of course, Jeffrey Linares of Emporia scoring one in the 42nd minute of the first half of this contest. And then on Monday night, Luis Barin's second goal of the night came in the form of a penalty kick. And so really, I got to think, you know, there's so many ways that a penalty kick can go wrong, especially when you talk about guys that have the legs of giants. You know, it's very easy to send one over, but, man, I got to say, in all the years I've watched soccer and I've seen the sport, I don't think I've ever seen a team that's more controlled and more pinpoint accurate with their PKs than Emporia FC has been here in the last two matchups.
Yeah, I'd agree. They've been doing real well with that, and it'd be tough as a goalie, that's for sure. That's what my daughter played, and I know how that works out. So it's great that they can shift their eyes, shift their kick, shift everything, and fool the goalie to get that score. That's great.
Make them go the wrong way every single time. Well, Dr. Flanagan, we don't want to take you away from the action too much. Want to get you back down there, but I really just wanted to make sure we had an opportunity to bring you up here and give you your kudos. We appreciate the support, and thank you so much for cheering on Emporia FC, both with your support but also by being here tonight.
Yeah, thank you, and good luck to the teams.
Thank you. That is Dr. Marlon Flanagan, DDS, one of the many sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Emporia FC Soccer. That's Marlon Flanagan, DDS, improving the smile on your face with a smile on theirs. Call today at 620-209-1017. As we get back underway here, get the headset back on. As again, Emporia FC doing a great job of capitalizing on opportunities here. As I've been told, actually, no, it was Pedro Frier who had the PK. So all apologies there to Caio Lobo. But Pedro Frier coming up big there for Emporia FC. As Emporia back on the attack again, goalkeeper comes out to stop the momentum once again. Emporia again struggling to keep Allen out of their zone, but thankfully they've had a near impenetrable wall in Luan Nascimento in goal for them here tonight. Again, Nascimento with 5 saves on the night. Only gave up a single goal, and that was on a PK midway through the first half. 62.5 minutes played so far. Emporia FC with a firm lead, 3-1 over the Red Devils of Allen County, and now making their way through midfield. They'll go ahead and pass it back. Will the Black Lions? Caio Lobo with possession. I think he was trying to find a teammate in the box who could possibly take the ball and literally run with it, but unfortunately just led the attacker a little too far. So I've been told that it looks as though Luis Borin is now wearing number 17, and Henry Munoz has switched to number 4. FC back on the attack now. Good challenge there by Allen County. Will give them back possession as they try to work it across midfield. And a little bit of a tangle up there. We're going to get a free kick for the Red Devils. Trying to see who the offender was there for Emporia FC. Can't cleanly read the number there, but nonetheless, free kick opportunity here for Allen County. See if they try to set something up down low, as a lot of players shifting closer towards the net. Watch for the lob pass here, possibly setting up a header opportunity. The run-up. Oh, no, actually a line drive, and, man, that one was almost on target. Just went a little wide to the right of the goal, and Nascimento not having to do too much there to keep that one out of the back. Mother Nature on his side a little bit, as I think, again, the strong winds that have been present all night helping carry that one a little ways away from the target. Emporia back in control, working it back up across midfield. A little bit of bang around here between the two teams. Everybody getting a touch on it. As Caio Lobo was working it over. I believe that's Otavio Cruz as he gets banged to the ground, and Cruz a little slow to get up, but looks to be okay. My correction, that is Darwin Velez. So Velez gets shoved, and we get another player down in the backfield there for Emporia FC. As Black Lions on the attack, fires it, but too strong, way over the top, and out of bounds. A goal kick coming here for Allen, wasting no time. 65 minutes gone in this contest, and we get a little bit of I'd say a shin check to a Red Devil. Believe that was Lobo who came in there. Actually, I stand corrected yet again. That's Mario Sandoval of Emporia. Came in a little too hot and heavy. Banged shins and led to the kick there for Allen. And the Red Devil that he collided with still a little gimpy right there, trying to shake out the cobwebs. Looks like he's favoring that left leg. Ball goes out of bounds again off the Black Lions. And that'll mean a throw in here for Allen County. Allen working it right to left now, trying to get it down low. It's cut off by the Black Lions. Nice slide tackle kind of pass, trying to generate some momentum forward. But again, Allen using that speed to just stop the momentum of Emporia dead. That's been the real trouble. I mean, honestly, when you look at how Allen has really collapsed down on the Emporia attackers, it's impressive that we're up 3-1, as they just haven't really been able to cleanly get it through the midfield very often here tonight. It's been a challenge. That being said, though, Emporia has done a fantastic job of defending in the backfield and really closing down opportunities for Allen County. Dribbling with it there was Mario Sandoval, and Sandoval gets upended. So a free kick coming here for Emporia FC. Getting ready for a substitution for Emporia FC. It will be Michael Martinez. Thank you to Javen Arndt for keeping us informed there. FC now with it in their backfield. Ball worked back to Nascimento. Has a little bit more time to survey the land as he fires that one clear to the opposite side of the field. Emporia FC now going to try and open up an opportunity with their clean passes, and that one wasn't the cleanest, but it definitely got to the intended target. Now working from left to right. Ball gets cut off again by Allen. They're going the other way with it now. Across midfield with a lot of speed, trying to cut him off, and we're going to get no call, I don't believe, as I think the officials are signaling it was a clean challenge. Ball will roll out of bounds, and Emporia will have it. Approaching the 69th minute of play, Emporia FC up 3-1 over the Red Devils of Allen County. Again, the only goal that Allen has scored came from a penalty kick, and I do want to make it clear, it was a good kick, but Nascimento had it red. Unfortunately, it just was not quite long enough to stop it, but take nothing away from Nascimento. If he had been about 2 inches taller, I think he would have stopped it cold. As it looks like the Allen County, I think that's the second team, getting a little workout there in the Jonesfield end zone. As in case you didn't know, there will be a second match taking place here tonight between the second teamers, giving them a little workout as the preseason is coming to a close. We won't be broadcasting that one here on the YouTube channel, but hey, if you want to see a little extra football, come on down here and watch it at Jones Field on the beautiful campus of Emporia State University. That's right. Come on down to the Lions Den at Welch Stadium. We'd love to have you here. Ball worked to midfield by Nascimento. A little header there by Emporia FC, trying to clear it out of the midfield. Get something open, being collapsed on by two Red Devils. Believe that was Darwin Velez, and Can't really do much with it. Not sure where the pass there was intended to go, but it gets cut off again by Allen. Emporia gets it back and now trying to set something up in the Allen zone, evading the defenders, and they'll lose possession again. Another head of steam here. Comes Allen on the attack. This might be the best look they've had all night, and that one just a little too high. Nascimento, though, was there once again. Stuck with it, and I think had it not been too high, it wouldn't have gone through as Nascimento had the hands in the perfect position. Give Luan Nascimento his credit here tonight again. Only giving up one goal. He has had a stellar night for the Black Lions as we get the substitution here for Emporia FC. Coming in as Michael Martinez. As it looks like he will be replacing that looks to be Darwin Velez. Allen now making their way to the Emporia side of the field. They lose the clean possession. Emporia challenging very well again. That's Kyle Lobo. He gets it over to Matt Dale. Dale works it up. And we get a trip up there. No whistle as of yet, and it doesn't seem like one's coming. I think the official's saying they just got their feet tangled. So Allen will play on with possession. Turns it back over to Emporia. Lobs it down towards the Red Devil box, and goalkeeper will come out to play it. And now Allen County looking just to play a little keep away. Again, trying to open some opportunities. Nice little sidestep there. And a good read by Emporia FC. Not good enough, though, as Allen, another shot on goal. They got it back, and I think had he let that play develop just a little more, Allen County might have pulled within one as Nascimento stuck with it, but that ball was going right towards that left corner of the goal. Nascimento tried to get long, but had it not curved a little bit to the left, or to the right, I should say, I think that would have gone in. It's the first, really just the second look that Allen's had so far tonight, just their second shot on goal. Red Devils back with possession at midfield. Cut off again by Emporia FC. Nice little dribble. Trying to keep it clear. Kyle Lobo working it to the left side. Black Lion getting shoved to the ground, but no worry there as they do get it back. Another long pass down the stretch, trying to chase it down. That's Matt Dale. Dale gets cut off on the approach. Again, Dale, the 6'3" striker out of Barnsley, England. Been playing pretty physical tonight. And we're nearing the 20-minute mark remaining here in regulation. Actually, no. Just remembered, I can't do math very well. We're past the 20-minute mark, I believe, approaching the 15-minute mark as we come up on the 75th minute of play. Anyone listening out there, feel free to check my math, please. I would be happy to have the assistance. Little banging around there on the right side of the field between Emporia and Allen, and it looks like Emporia will come out on top of that exchange. They'll be awarded a free kick. Now, this is a little bit of a different angle, well, much different angle from the free kick we saw in the first half that led to the goal by Luis Borin, but a little bit closer distance. We'll see what Emporia draws up here if they're going to try and curl it in. Nice lob into the box, and trying to get it in there was a striker, and now they've taken another shot, this one way over the top. That would be good for 3 if we were playing American football, but unfortunately, that's not the case. Get a trip up here going the way of Allen County. So a free kick will be awarded to the Red Devils. This one coming from about 26 yards out of the goal. Big grouping forming just out in front of the Emporia FC net. Header towards the goal, and Nascimento staying with it, but thankfully, again, not having to get very long to try and stop it as that one just pops up way over the top of the goal. Jeffrey Linares coming back out for Emporia FC, this time wearing the number 16. As I think Coach Ibarra and I are going to have to talk about this number situation when he comes up here after the match tonight. Man, I was doing pretty good, and then we decided to switch him up. That will definitely be an interview question here a little bit later this evening, as ball banging around off the heads and shins of a few players from both sides. Emporia again trying to regain control of the ball. Allen using that speed to stay out in front of him. Throw in coming for Emporia after the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Red Devils. This time it goes out of bounds off the feet of the Black Lions. A little bit of a hip check attempt there. Doesn't really go the way of Emporia FC or Allen. Referee says play on. Allen is happy to do that as they now have it right side of the field. Trying to break into the zone here and had a great opportunity right on the boundary, but the attacker gets tripped up and the ball rolls out of bounds. Last touch by the Red Devils. Now Allen really pressuring Nascimento, needing to get it cleared out. And he does, as they'll just go ahead and send it over to the opposing side. Will Emporia FC give themselves a little bit of a breather? This will lead to a throw in here for Allen. As we have a Red Devil coming off the field, and we're back to action here. Red Devils now knocking on the door. Ball goes up in the air. It will roll out of bounds, and great defense again by Emporia FC. Corner kick coming here for the Red Devils. Here comes the approach. Lobbed into the box, and coming up with the save again, Luan Nascimento. His 6th of the night. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, goes off the foot of Emporia head coach Victor Ibarra. Last touch by Allen County. Throw in here for the Black Lions. Caio Lobo heaves it in, and Allen County trying to get it back under their own control, sending it back towards the Emporia goal. Nascimento there to field it. Has one attacker out in front of him. His 2 defenders left and right. Now Emporia trying to break through the midfield, and they'll just send it down the opposite way, cleanly fielded by the Red Devil netminder. Approaching 10 minutes to play in regulation as we come up on the 80th minute of this contest. Emporia FC currently leading things 3-1 over Allen County. Nascimento gets the pass, again being pressured. Moves it up towards midfield. It's lost again to Allen County. They pick up speed. Linares was coming in to challenge. Doesn't need to. Nice passing through the legs. Emporia FC's got the best open look they've had so far tonight. And that will actually come to a stop there on the momentum As Emporia, that was the cleanest they've made it through the midfield so far tonight. Goes out of bounds. Throw-in comes from Allen County, and they'll boot it off their own shin, and it goes back to Emporia. Just over 80 and a half minutes, I should say, played here inside of Welch Stadium. Still up in front, 3-1 is Emporia FC, as a little miscue there by the Black Lions leads to a turnover for Allen County. It goes back to Emporia now as they'll try and set things up. Ball goes off the chest of the Allen player. It goes to Nascimento for Emporia. He sends it down the other way. Goes off the head of another Red Devil. Emporia with the throw-in from their own side. Caio Lobo going to throw it in here. As Emporia, again, just favoring the tiki-taka style here. They're going to pass it around, wait for something to open up in the midfield, which, again, has been easier said than done this evening, as they have struggled to cleanly get through the midfield. But nonetheless, they still lead at 3-1. Nice lead pass up the way. Little collision between players. Referee will not stop the action. Emporia still with it. That's Jeffrey Linares with it now. Working it back towards midfield. Looks like Emporia just trying to get reset, get some guys down low. Not the cleanest dribbling with the ball, but they managed to break free of the Allen defenders before booting it out of bounds. So possession went to Allen. It's regained by Emporia, and the defense for the Red Devils able to stop the chance here for Emporia as it went off the foot last touched by the Black Lions. So Emporia still searching for yet another goal here. They had 2 in the first and 1 here in the second half. 2 of the 3 goals tonight came by way of PK. Ball goes out of bounds again. Last touch by Emporia. Throw in awarded here to Allen right near midfield. Throws it down the way, and it'll be lost to Emporia. It's played back to Nascimento. Nascimento trying to get it back up towards midfield. Now here comes the attack from the Red Devils. They cross it along the way. It's cut off by the defensive Emporia. Great job to get back and stop the opportunity for the Red Devils. The Black Lions playing solid defense up front there, keeping the goal clean. Allen now going to try and generate some more offensive opportunities like they just had. Ball gets lobbed back towards the Emporia's side. It is knocked out of bounds by Allen. It'll go back here to the Black Lions. A free kick awarded off the knockdown, I should say, actually, is what the official is signaling. So, and it looks like Emporia very content with just kind of passing it around a little bit here. Don't really need another goal, though I'm sure a 4-1 lead would definitely give them even more confidence than they have right now. As Nascimento was trying to handle it, he just stepped over the boundary, which means we are getting a corner kick here for Allen County. Look for the service here into the box and watch for the header. It's a nice line drive. Great defense again by Emporia. Goes back to Allen. A lob pass. Header in! And the lead is cut from 2-1 now as the Red Devils capitalize on the corner kick and just send it right past Nascimento. In the 84th minute, Allen County has drawn within 1 off the corner kick. We'll get you the scoring details here shortly. But we are right back to it. Now, as I had mentioned, Emporia was looking pretty solid with that 2-goal lead, but now you got to think some urgency starting to set in here. They're going to want another one to build that 2-goal lead back up, as they'll be searching for another one. A little less than 5 minutes left to go in regulation. We'll see how much added time there is by the official. Allen County turning on the Jets once again, speeding down towards the Emporia goal, and it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by the Black Lions. Another free kick coming. I believe that was a corner. They're not going to try and send it in like they did earlier. As we get a trip up, we got a Red Devil down near the Emporia goal. They're not going to get a call there. Emporia has a great look here. It's a 3-on-2 opportunity, and it gets stopped right there by the Allen defense. I stand corrected from earlier where I said a few minutes ago it was the best look that Emporia had through the midfield. That right there was the best look. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get around that speed of Allen County. Goalkeeper takes it away here for the Red Devils. Now they're back on the attack and to try and push it up across midfield. Nice long lead pass, trying to track it down there as Nascimento will come out of goal to field it. As we are well into the 86th minute of play. Emporia FC now with a very slight lead, 3-2. They led 3-1 through most of this second half, but gave up that late header off the corner kick where the Red Devils pulled within one. Lead pass, attack on by Allen. They just boot it too high over the goal, and man, Allen County is really ramping up the aggression, coming in hot and heavy on the Black Lions goal as they really want to pull in with the equalizer. Nascimento not in any hurry to send this one away. Finally does. It'll come right near midfield. Now sent to midfield. Black Lions really trying to fight for possession here. Linares with a nice little heel kick to try and send it back towards the Allen goal. It gets cut off by the Red Devils. Ball goes out of bounds, and now Red Devils back on the attack. Possession won back by the Black Lions. Just under 2 minutes ago in regulation, we got a Black Lion down in the Emporia zone. Another shot on goal, and this one saved by Nascimento, and then the rebound attempt goes over the top, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, these last few minutes of this matchup have been nail-biting moments. Nascimento, a great save there. That's his 7th of the night. And then there was a second chance opportunity, and thankfully the Red Devil didn't know his own strength and just fired it right over into the crossbar of the goalpost in the back of the end zone here. 1 minute remaining in regulation. We'll wait to see how much added time we'll have here in the second half as Emporia FC still out in front 3-2, but Allen really knocking on the door very heavily here in the final minutes of this contest. Coach Ibarra a little animated down there, trying to get his guys in motion. Ball worked back towards Nascimento. Now it's a one-on-one. There's a shot, and there's the equalizer. We are tied at 3-3 in the final minute of regulation. Nascimento got caught in a one-on-one situation, tried to make the save, but unfortunately the defense for Emporia FC just wasn't able to get back in front of Allen, and just like that, in the final 10 minutes of regulation. It's gone from a 3-1 Emporia lead to a 3-3 tie here, as we are now at the 90th minute of play, waiting to hear from the official how much time will be added here. And we're also going to wait to see just how aggressive Emporia FC will try to be, as at the very least, Allen has managed to snatch a draw from the jaws of defeat. Throw in there from the Red Devils, headed back by Emporia, and now really starting to push the issue. A lob into the box there by Allen, fielded very well by Nascimento. And Nascimento not liking how close the Red Devil was getting to him there. Into the 91st minute of play. Red Devils back on the attack. Trying to clear it out here is Emporia FC. Little collision leads to a throw-in for the Black Lions. Trying to heave it down closer towards, I should say, to the Allen goal, but Red Devils again right there. That speed is killing right now. Wasn't looking to be a huge difference maker early on in this match, but it's making a lot of difference here in the last few minutes. Nascimento will come out, field the loose ball, now into the 92nd minute of play. Boots it down the field. Does Nascimento. Almost got caught in another one-on-one position there to Nascimento, and he's had to face a few of those, as Allen has been very aggressive coming up to challenge him when he's fielding that ball. But that, just a few moments ago, the goal that was scored was really the first time that they've gotten a shot off cleanly, and, well, it just fired right past him. Another throw-in coming here for the Red Devils. As Allen County is heading down the stretch, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. So another throw in here for Emporia. Linares tried to field it, but gets pushed off the ball. Now trying to go around it there. Little fancy footwork by a Red Devil on the far side of the field. It goes off his heel and out of bounds. Another throw in just across the way here for the Black Lions. Have not been given a exact number on the added time here thus far, but we are into the 93rd minute of play. Again, score is 3-all after 2 late-minute goals by the Red Devils of Allen County. Corner kick now being awarded to Emporia FC, and this might be the last gasp that they have to try and jump back out in front. A line drive pass leads to a heaving shot that goes through the uprights of the field goal post here at Jones Field, but will not find the back of the net, and it looks like that's going to do it. Emporia FC will end their preseason homestand with a 3-3 draw against the Red Devils of Allen County. Going to definitely look forward to hearing the thoughts from Coach Victor Ibarra on tonight's matchup. His team was leading it 3-1 heading into the final 10 minutes of regulation, and unfortunately 2 late-time goals just allowed Allen County to snatch a draw from the victory, or from the jaws of defeat. So going to get a word with Coach Ibarra here shortly. Also, we'll be talking to a few players after tonight's matchup. I think we'll definitely want to get a word with the Emporian Jeffrey Linares, who had the penalty kick goal in the 42nd minute of the first half. And then I think we might just have to bring back our good friend Luis Barine, as Barine had the first goal on the night. So make sure you stick around, as we will have post-game coverage, including our interviews with Coach Victor Ibarra and a few of your favorite Black Lions, all coming up here on the Emporia FC YouTube channel. Again, your final score at full time, 3-3. Emporia draws with Allen County. let him set up his light real fast. The last thing we want is for me to be talking and a light just flashes on. As fast as you can, please. Is she talking to you? Do the guys know where they're going? Just out of curiosity. Hey, you're going to really need to be listening and make sure the sound's clear. Am I still coming in pretty clear if I have it right here? I guess I'll just do this. Trust me, I feel that. I've had 2 hours of sleep in 48 hours. There's my guys. Well, yeah, that's what we do. Postgame, buddy. I mean, yeah, we're ready. Are you ready? Okay. Ready? And we are back high atop the Lions' Den here at Welch Stadium on the campus of Emporia State University. If you're just now tuning in, a 3-3 draw will end the preseason homestand here for Emporia FC against Allen County. And, well, we are very fortunate to be joined by some of the members of your Emporia Black Lions. We will start off with our good friend from Germany, George Heindel. And, well, willkommen. Good to have you here. And, George, talk us through tonight's game. I mean, how did things look from your perspective? You were coming up pretty big out there on the defensive side. I mean, I got to say, I felt good about how you were playing. You got to feel pretty good about how you were playing.
I think my last game was a little bit better than today, but I also think that was like a best opponent we had so far. So with like a tight pitch, we had like a hard time crossing the first line. So it was hard like coming off the back and then like creating the game. We had a great goal again by Luis. Of a set piece, so that was good. But I think a lot of pens, right? Like 3 pens per game. But I think we did good, but still like we had a hard time crossing like the last line. So that might have been a problem today.
Well, you mentioned the 3 penalty kicks in that game. How many times can you say you've seen that many PKs in a single match?
Not a lot of times. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, does that just kind of speak to the physicality down there? Because it looked like you guys were really banging around pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty tight pitch, like pretty narrow. So there's like a lot of physicality, a lot of tackles, a lot of touches. So obviously a lot of fouls. I think there were like a lot of fouls today, more than last game definitely. So, yeah.
We talked about this on Monday. You guys really prefer that tiki-taka style of play, and it really seemed to work well against Riley FC as they were trying to outmuscle you. Do you think it was the speed here against Allen that maybe limited that a little bit? Because it did seem like you guys were having some trouble penetrating the midfield throughout that game.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Like we had were bigger gaps against Riley FC, so it was easier for us to like do the little touches, the little 1-2s. Today they made it pretty tight. They pressed like pretty high on us.
Yeah.
So we always had like a man on the back when we tried to do the combinations. So they made it hard today. I think they watched us actually against Riley. So yeah.
Well, it is a preseason matchup. I know you want to win every single game that you go out there and play, but I got to imagine, based on how you've played the last 2 games, you guys have to be very confident heading into the regular season here in just a few days.
Yeah, we did definitely. But there's also a reason we didn't win today. I think because we had like 3 games on a very tight time.
Sure.
So we were kind of exhausted, and I think before the game everyone had like a feeling, even coach, that we weren't like 100% there mentally on the pitch. So that was one thing we didn't win today, and obviously it's always sad to have like a late game draw.
Sure.
So yeah.
Well, George, real quick before we let you go, just remind the folks who maybe haven't gotten to really hear about you too much exactly where you come from and how you feel about being here in Emporia and a member of the Black Lions.
So I'm originally from Germany, from Munich, and I'm a freshman. I'm studying in Hannibal.
A college freshman?
A college freshman, exactly,
Very good, very good.
in Missouri. So I'm 19 years old, and this is my first year in the States. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm also really happy to be like part of Emporia FC. I came here, I got welcomed like open-hearted, very nice people here. So I'm happy to be here and be part of the family.
So I do have to ask you. You mentioned this is your first time in the States. What's been the best part about being here in America thus far?
I mean, I wouldn't say the food, but
All right, you're done. You're done. No more talking to George. No. George, before we let you go, though, for any of your family or friends who might be watching at home, is there anything you'd like to say to them?
yeah. I hope you watched the game, but I don't think so. Maybe because of the time shift, it was a little bit too late. But yeah, I'll call you next week, and thank you for watching.
Fantastic. George, thank you so much for your time. Great effort out there tonight. That's George Heindel, the big German here for Emporia FC, the 19-year-old 6'2" cornerback here for the Black Lions. And now going to go ahead and welcome into the interview booth. We have another European coming in to talk with us here. You've heard his name a few times during our broadcast. We welcome in the Frenchman, Jeremy Cabanis.
Yeah.
Did I nail it correctly?
Yeah, Jeremy Cabanis.
There we go. So,
you say good.
I've told you, I speak French, but I don't get to practice it very often, so my accent's not as good. But
It's really hard, so no, you're doing good. So yeah.
well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. See, I'm not too bad. But Jeremy, just give us your thoughts on tonight's matchup. We were talking to George. He mentioned it was pretty physical out there, and the one thing we've noticed about you, both on Monday night against Riley and here tonight against Allen, you're not afraid of a little physicality.
No, I'm not, to be honest. It's a really small field, so you have to go to the contact. So you don't have a lot of space. Every time you receive the ball, you already have like 3 guys on you. So yeah, you need to be used to it because it's gonna be really hard if you're not. I'm playing in California, and over there I'm playing a lot of like Sunday League stuff like that. So I'm used to be kicked on the field,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why.
So I also have to ask, obviously this is not your traditional grass field. It's a turf field. Have you played on turf before, or is this kind of a new experience for you?
What you mean turf? I'm not used to American football turf, but yeah, in France we also play in turf, but not with like this kind of line and the size of the field. So yeah, it's new for me. and it's okay. I try to adapt myself. So yeah.
Well, hey, you definitely, I think, if soccer doesn't work out the way you play out there, you'd be one heck of a linebacker. I mean, you're not afraid, like I said, to get in there and mix things up a little bit. On a smaller pitch like this, though, I got to imagine that's what kind of, as George had said, maybe led to some more of the PK opportunities here tonight. And when you have that tight of a pitch, I mean, is it a little harder for you to really be able to maneuver around your opposition? Because, I mean, it seemed like they were right on top of you all night long.
Yeah, it's depend of people. Some players like they prefer like small pitch like that. Some people like me, I prefer like when I have more space. So it's depend of player, and I think if you wanna go to the higher level, you need to adapt to every pitch, you know. So yeah, I'm happy to play on that field too.
You see it as a welcome challenge.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. Well, I guess, Jeremy, let everybody know, how long have you been here in the States, and what have you enjoyed about it so far?
Okay, so I'm playing Long Beach City College in California. It's in LA, and I came this summer, so I'm a freshman. And yeah, we're doing good. We were ranked #1 in California, and a lot of competition over there. So I improved myself a lot, and I'm really happy to come back in Emporia because that's my club, and I'm happy to see the club growing. And yeah, I'm happy for the coach and for everyone here.
Now, normally I'll ask you a question that doesn't have a definite answer, but I think you only have one right answer here. What do you prefer, Kansas or California?
Come on, prefer France. I'm gonna say France.
Okay, you know what? I can't fault you for that. Well, Jeremy, for anyone who might be watching back in France, watching at home, even later on here in the near future, is there anything that you'd like to say to your friends and family back in France?
I think they are sleeping, so
Well, they can always go back and watch this later.
my best friend never sleeps, so he's maybe awake. So just I hope he's doing well. You know, like that's it.
Very good.
I have nothing to say to tell him. So
Fair enough. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much. Merci beaucoup.
yeah, you're welcome.
Good luck here in the regular season. We'll be talking to you soon. Thank you. You too. That is the Frenchman for Emporia FC, Jeremy Cabanis. As I'm trying to make sure I get that right, we're going to welcome in our third Emporia FC player, as we now have Kyle Lobo joining us here. Kyle, great to see you. First and foremost, how did you feel about tonight? Obviously, I know not the result you guys were hoping for, but I mean, there were some really good, some positives to take out of tonight's outing here against Allen.
Yeah, for sure. We have some positives that we can take for the next games. We just need to adapt ourselves, how the guy said, to the field, the way they're playing, the tic-tac. Sometimes when being pressured a lot, you just need to play the long ball and let everyone go up so we can breathe and organize again.
We talked to George earlier, and he had mentioned that some of you guys and even Coach Ibarra maybe felt you weren't 100% there mentally. Do you feel like maybe you were also a little surprised that tiki-taka style wasn't working as effectively tonight as it did Monday against Riley? Do you think that maybe threw you guys off a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. We are preparing ourselves for doing that. So when we didn't did the correct way, was not going good. So.
Well, I mean, give Allen a lot of credit, man. They're fast. They were collapsing on top of you guys really quick.
They did a good job.
So I do have to ask, though. I mean, you came up and you were leading things 3-1 against Allen there in the late portion of the game. Were you surprised to be up 3-1, considering how fast they were kind of collapsing down on you guys and limiting your opportunities?
Yes, it was a good. We didn't start well, but in the middle of the game and first minutes of the second half, we did a good job, and we scored 3 goals.
Well, speaking of those 2 goals, Luis Barin, your fellow Brazilian, coming up big there with that free kick from about 25 yards away from there. When you saw him lining up for that one, I mean, what were you thinking? Did you think that he had that in the bag, or were you maybe thinking he was going to try and set something up?
I think he had in the back. Last game, he scored a goal in a free kick too, so I was confident that he's going to score again.
Yeah. A very exciting thing here, too, for us in Emporia, Jeffrey Linares, who's an Emporia native, getting the second goal of the matchup with the PK there in the 42nd minute. When you guys went up and you got that 2-1 lead, you jumped back out in front right after Allen scored the equalizer. I mean, how much confidence did that fill you guys with heading into halftime?
Yeah, it's when we are scored, someone score goal, and us, we can go fast and score again, we can breathe and reset again, we are winning. So, but we always say the game is 0-0. Doesn't matter how much it is, but we always say this to be concentrated in the whole game.
always play like you need another goal.
Exactly.
Well, we do appreciate you coming up and joining us here, Kaio. You're 21 years old, correct?
That's correct.
Very good. And then how long have you been here in the States?
I'm gonna complete 2 years in this summer. I played last season for Emporia, and that's it. I'm studying college in Hannibal with George, same one in St. Louis.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So you're getting you have some familiarity with some of your teammates. That's got to be a good feeling knowing you got somebody back there that you know how to mesh with already.
Yeah, me, George, and Harry, we play in the same college, so like we know each other good, and we can like put this in both teams, there and here.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you the hard question here. What do you prefer? You prefer Missouri or you prefer Kansas? Again, this is one of those questions, only has one real answer.
Honestly, I prefer Kansas. In
Yes!
the summer, it's really cool. Last summer was like awesome, so yeah.
Well, and I got to say, I'm probably going to get in trouble with that question. My wife herself is from Missouri, so I'm probably going to get an earful when I get home, but I had to ask the question. Kyle, to any of your friends or family that might be back home watching in Sao Paulo, is there anything that you would like to say to them, especially after some pretty good showings out here the last 2 matchups?
Thank you for the support. I know probably my parents are watching, so I give a good hug for them. I'm gonna call you later, of course. And that's it. The support is always welcome.
Well, Kyle, we are so glad to have you here as a part of our team. We can't wait to see what you do when the regular season kicks off. But I think you've earned yourself a good rest here for a couple of days. So go get some rest, and we will talk to you again when the regular season kicks off.
Thank you, for sure.
Thank you. That is you as well. That is Kaio Lobo of your Emporia FC Black Lions joining us up here high atop the Lions Den in our post-game coverage. We're going to take a quick break. We will come back here, hopefully get a quick word with Emporia FC head coach Victor Ibarra. You are watching post-game coverage here on the Emporia FC YouTube channel. Not, I mean, if he's got to stay down, oh, there you are. Hey, you never know. Marvel might be a sponsor. I'm ready if you are. Welcome back into the Lions Den, Emporia FC fans, as we are now joined here by Victor Ibarra, head coach of your Emporia FC Black Lions. And, well, Coach, your team really putting on a pretty good display here tonight. I know not the result that you were wanting there towards the end, I'm sure, but you got to be happy with the way they played throughout most of that matchup.
Yeah, they were much more organized than FC Riley. Obviously, it's hard to, like you mentioned, the result's not exactly what you want because you're trying to build something. But ultimately, you gotta take the context into account, which is we're still trying out some guys.
Sure.
So usually when a game is 3-1, it's more under control. So you try to put guys into that potentially might not play most of the time. To put them in to see how they're going to act with a little bit of different pressure. I like that Jeff T and Allen put in some of their first-team guys, their starters, back in. So I was interested in see how these guys were going to react. So normally I wouldn't make certain substitutions. That's not an excuse. It's just kind of what we're trying to see. So
Sure.
The result itself, when we had our starters, it was more 3-1. And I wanted to see what some of those guys could do, in a very
Comfortable.
correct. You're winning 3-1. You should be comfortable. And then all of a sudden they scored one. They pressed high, and then we're still trying to force it. So overall, I was happy with the structure of the first team, even though we weren't able to knock it as well as we normally did. They confused us a little bit when they gave us space and they switched it up, which Jeff T knows us very, very well because he's on the staff. So he was making it difficult for us, which is exactly what I was wanting. So overall, the result, it's not so much what I was looking for. It was more of the function and seeing if the guys were able to overcome difficult situations.
So obviously, not celebrating the win, but at the same time, not really mourning a loss or a draw there, because you still got something out of it. You mentioned you got to really see how your guys are going to mesh and move together. So, I mean, you're taking a lot of positives away from this one, it sounds like.
Yeah, 100%. It just I was able to see the guys in a difficult situation, which was them giving us the ball in empty possession, and basically he's like, here, try to break us down, and we struggled a bit. But like I said, in the second half, I thought we really took the game to them, and I thought we could have put 3-4 away. And then obviously I wanted to see a couple different guys, and at that point, it was a situation that they could have they gained a lot of experience. Let's put it that way.
I know. Obviously, he's probably not feeling super great about tonight, but I did want to bring up Luan Nascimento. I mean, gave up 2 late goals, but really he had almost 8 saves on the night. He came up pretty big in a lot of ways here on the evening. I mean, can you just talk a little bit about Luan's presence in goal? And I mean, I feel as though there was a lot of chances where Allen could have made this game 5-3 or even 5-1 in certain situations, and Luan kind of, as we say in the hockey world, stood on his head.
Yeah, Luan was one of our best players last year. He's really, really young, but has a ton of experience. Last game on Monday, he really struggled coming out playing, and today he was able to kind of pinpoint the ball quite a bit more. He was more vocal. You could tell he was way more confident. So I was really happy with Luan's performance. I thought he was one of our better players, like you mentioned. He made a lot of really, really crucial saves where, basically gave a lot of morale to the team. Even at the very end, we could have easily won if we just don't make a fatal error on the back. But like I said, you got to build from the experience. And last year, I thought towards the end we were able to compete against anybody. And then situational ball, we just got to be a little bit better.
Excuse me there. Well, Coach, I think another big question here was the speed of Allen County. It seemed like they were doing a really good job of collapsing on your guys, especially in the midfield. On Monday night, it seemed as though you guys could pick any spot of the midfield and just walk right through it there against Riley, as they were giving you a lot more to work with. But here, Allen just seemed to really collapse on top pretty hard. I asked this question to Kaio, and I kind of want to get your thoughts on it too. When you guys were up, 3-1 midway through that second half, was that surprising to you at all, just considering how they did a really good job of kind of shutting down that tiki-taka style that you really prefer?
Yeah, so I thought from the very get-go he was not going to allow us to go through the middle. He's like the field's extremely narrow, so it's like, I know you're going to try to hit your 10, try to hit your 9 to try to build from there, so you don't really divide and give a lot of 50-50 balls. So he did a good job of making sure we did not play the way we wanted to. Sure. But at the end of the day, like I mentioned, I wanted to take pride in being able to change things up. So I thought we were trying to hit our 9 over the top, and then kind of let them, okay, your turn, you try to come and build, because I don't think they built on us whatsoever. It was just more us letting balls go over the top, or us losing I'm sorry, I'm watching the game.
Yeah, the second team's out there getting a little workout too, so I know I'm keeping you away from that. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I think I see what you're saying. It seemed as though you both kind of knew what each other was going to do. I mean, are you pretty satisfied, though, with how you were able to answer their challenge there of trying to get through that midfield?
Oh, 100%. Believe it or not, I thought the pennies made a difference. It was the white and gray were a little difficult.
So, okay. I said this on the stream. I got a bone to pick with you about those pennies, because I was doing so good with keeping the numbers straight, and then all of a sudden, here come guys with new numbers. I'm sitting there going, okay, either Victor's trying to test me right now, or something's going on. So we're laughing about it now. We might have a very strong conversation off camera, but no. In all seriousness, though, I understand that the kind of the change there. But do you think that there was some trouble kind of being able to tell who was who, just because there were very similar jerseys out there?
Yeah, it's little things that probably little communication could have been a little bit better, and normally that would be the case in a regular UPSL game. So, I really do believe the pennies had a little bit of a difference to make, because you can tell players from each other. But like I mentioned, Jeff T knows the team well. He knows what we're trying to do. I'm glad he challenged us that way. Like I mentioned, you stick with usually like last game, we made a huge unconventional change where I substituted the entire team. Uh, I'll make 1 or 2 subs in a game. So, like I mentioned, once you have your steady, consistent team, like I think a lot of those scenario and situational ball, like you have much more comfort and less variables in there.
Well, Coach, you wrap up the preseason with a 1-0-2 record. A win and 2 draws, undefeated through the preseason. That's not a bad way to head into the regular season. But you will kick off the regular season in just about 2 weeks' time on the 19th, taking on Dodge City. What do you know about the Toros, and what are you maybe expecting in that matchup?
Toros are very, very good. They have made it to the finals in the last, I believe, 2 out of the last 3 years. They basically represent the Midwest in a very exciting way. They definitely knock the ball. They're very dynamic and direct out wide. It's going to be a difficult match for us, but I think it's going to definitely give us a good measuring stick. We won't have everybody here, but we have to be able to understand that, like, we want to be as good as our weakest player. And like I told the guys, we are trying to set the bar extremely high, create a culture of, like, we're expecting to win every game. So going into Dodge City, we want to make sure, like, we're playing to win. We don't want to just get a draw. We don't want to go in there and just play back and be defensive. Like, we want to take it to them. Last year towards the end, we played them, and it was a 4-2 game, and it was really tight. It was 3-2 with 10 players. They had 10 players, and we made a mistake in the back, and they punished us. They're a very, very good team. So I expect to go in there, make it really, really hard for them, and then try to make sure we are able to build from that game into that second one at home and make sure we take care of home field advantage.
Well, Coach, you've got about 2 weeks, get a little bit of rest, get everybody right, and then you head into the regular season. So we wish you nothing but the best when you kick off the regular season against Dodge City. Thank you so much for making yourself available, as I know you got some guys you want to watch down there and keep an eye on it. So we appreciate you coming up and giving us some thoughts here on tonight's matchup. And again, wishing you nothing but the best heading into the regular season. Can't wait to see you guys make the return back home. Again, that'll be April 26th. Your Black Lions will return here to the Lions Den at Welch Stadium. Make sure you come on out and cheer them on. But, of course, we will have coverage of all games. You just won't get to hear my pretty voice for the away games, unfortunately. Maybe something we can work on in the future. You never know. But I'm putting him in the hot speed, on the hot side. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I've been talking for 90 minutes. Anyway, we do appreciate Coach Ibarra for joining us here. Of course, thank you to all of our players, and thank you to all of you who have tuned in here tonight for coverage of Emporia FC. That wraps up the preseason. We do want to say a big thank you to all of our sponsors, including Emporia Fitness, Tacos Ibarra, Eriton, Becker Auto Sales LLC, Marlon Flanagan DDS, the Emporia State University, and Lawson Painting for allowing us to bring you coverage of Emporia FC soccer. We'll be talking to you again here in just about 3 weeks' time as we have the regular season home opener on April 26th here at Welch Stadium, the Lions Den. Make sure you make plans to come on out, or if you can't make it out, you can always tune in right here to the Emporia FC YouTube channel. For Coach Victor Ibarra, I'm Tegan Terhune. Want to say thank you to Javen Arndt, Adrian Sanchez up here getting all of the moments captured on film. Of course, thank you to Yahaira Ibarra as well, keeping us all in line and making sure we don't step out of line here throughout the night. That's going to do it here for us from the Lions Den. Thank you for tuning in. You've been watching live coverage of Emporia FC Soccer on the Black Lions YouTube channel.